Can you keep up with the master of faster?
You serious?
キングは一人、この俺だ。
What's going on, guys? LoganJYA here, and before we get into this deck profile of Red Dragon Archfiend Resonators, a bit more of a for fun deck in preparation of our collaboration with YuGiOh Everything. We took a deck from the anime, Jack Atlas's power deck, try to make it as competitive as possible, and we're doing this because while we're waiting for the format to change over, there's not much of a reason to get into a super in-depth meta-analysis. I think we're better off having a little bit of fun in the meantime with a deck that is very unlikely to change in power level with a new list. But that being said, we try to make this deck as competitive as possible, so without further ado, let's get into a test hand before we start this profile. So starting off here, opening pretty dang good. No complaints here. We're going to go for that Resonator call, first and foremost. And that's going to grab us the almighty Crimson Resonator, a key combo piece in this deck. Since we control no monsters, special summon that guy out. Then we're going to normal summon our Witch of the Black Forest. Pretty crazy to see this card see in play, right? We're going to go up into our Red Rising Dragon, go him Chainlink 1, Witch Chainlink 2, which will net us a Wandering guy, right here, the Wandering King. There's only one king, and it's me. And red brings back the Crimson Resonator. Since we only also control a Dark Dragon Synchro, bring out 2 more Resonators from the deck. Pretty crazy. We're going to get ourselves a Creation Resonator and a Synchron Resonator. Both cards are very strong in this deck. So going up from here, we're going to go into the Abyss. That's a level 9 Synchro. You know, this classic right here, right? Actually summoning him in a Red Dragon Archfiend deck. Pretty crazy. And then from there, we're going to turn our Synchron Resonator and our Abyss into a Big Boy Bane. Where is he at? Where is he at? There he is. So bring out Bane. We get to add back our Creation Resonator here. Since we sent our Synchron Resonator, lets us add one back. And at this point, we've got options, right? So we can special summon out our Wandering King, since we can still control that Crimson Resonator. Go turn these guys into another 6. Oh, yeah, that's right. Red Rising's not once per turn? Yes, please. Bring that guy out. Now we've got a couple more options, right? Here, we're just going to go and bring back that Red Resonator once again. Now, in this point, we're going to go up for 8. You have a lot of options here. You can go for Beel's the Diabolic Dragon if you just want something to sit on, or if you want to try and generate a little bit more advantage, fuel that graveyard, go for the Chaos Ruler. Chaos Ruler's effect is going to let us mill 5 cards, and then we're going to see what we can add. Look at that, perfect. We hit a Skullmeister, which gives us a hand trap to fall back on. Pretty decent. Also, we locked and loaded our Chain Resonator in the graveyard to bring back our Chaos Ruler later. Now we have cards that can search it, we've got cards that can special summon it for free. All of these Red Dragon monsters bring out tuners off of themselves. But right now, we're pretty well set up. Just for the sake of practice, let's see if we can get ourselves into go even further beyond. We're going to go for that Allure, draw 2. Nice, we hit the Synchron call. So what we're going to do here is banish that extra copy of the Crimson Resonator, and now we are all set for the biggest PP of plays. We've got a level 8 Chaos Ruler right here, right? So we're going to special summon out our Creation Resonator. So we'll go Hot Red Dragon's effect, Tribute, bring back out Abyss, and then we will use that Reborn to bring back... right now, you can bring back a level 1 or a level 3. It doesn't matter that much. I think here maybe the best bet is to bring back the level 3. Like I said, it really doesn't matter. You just need that level 3 tuner in rotation. So what we can do after this, right, we can set our Synchro Call past turn, and after our opponent draws, we activate Synchro Call. Synchro Call brings back Synchron Resonator and immediately lets us Synchro Summon. So we got 8, that's 11, that's 12. Using 2 tuners lets us go into Hot Red Dragon Archfiend King Calamity, which literally Zexals our opponent and they can't respond to it. And low-key Synchron Resonator lets us add back Creation Resonator again, which is pretty nice, since we're doing it on our opponent's turn. So they are currently unable to activate any cards, period. We also have a Omni negate for any face-up card on the field. And we've got a Skullmeister to fall back on in case they somehow manage to stop the Synchron Call. We're pretty damn well set, not gonna lie. So that's what this deck can do. And again, we had the Reborn. We didn't need it to get to this point or still end on a strong board, but just showing you guys what this is capable of. Let's get into that deck profile. Alright guys, time to slide into the King's Power deck profile of the Red Dragon Archfiend Resonators. Again, a really fun deck. Took some inspiration from some lists online. I'll put a link in the description down below, the one that was really inspirational. We just try to make it as competitive as possible. Again, this is a table 500 deck, so you're going to do what you can with it. But it is absolutely a fun time to play. And yeah, when we were playing on stream the other day, we actually managed to cop 2 wins, so, you know, not too bad. Went 2 for 2, not too bad. We've got triple of the Crimson Resonators cards cracked, free special summon key combo piece with our Red Rising, lets you special summon more Resonators from the deck. Double Red Resonator empties out your hand, it extends in hands where you don't have the Crimson Resonator. It's really essential to get your play started. Also lets you gain a crap ton of life points. Follow that up with the 1 copy of Creation Resonator. Crimson can summon from hand, worst come to worst. But this is, again, a key combo piece that lets you get to your strong fields. Follow that up with triple of the Synchron Resonator. This card is great, another extender when you control a Synchro monster. You just special summon it for free, lets you climb, and it also recycles. It lets you add back Resonators from your graveyard. Very strong. Follow it up with the 1 copy of Chain Resonator. There are hands where you're going to be able to get started without normal summoning, and then it will benefit you, perhaps, to search the Chain Resonator. Furthermore, it's also a light monster that lets you bring back your Chaos Ruler. I've considered bumping this up to more than 1 copy, but as of right now, since it needs to be a normal summon to trigger its effect, and you have to control a Synchro monster, it's not the most applicable thing. 1 copy is really all you need. Following up on that, we got triple of the Wandering King Wild Wind. Not only is this an extender in the deck, but it's also searchable off of our triple Witch of the Black Forest. Again, who thought we would see this card in 2021, right? But it actually does. It's extremely playable in this particular variant because you can search your Wandering King, and since it's an inherent special summon, you can still summon it after grabbing it off of the Witch. Following up, we got 2 more extenders, Perform Age Hat Tricker. Again, it's just a free special summon. Since you're swarming the field so often, a level 4 is one of your key levels that lets you get into your synchro plays, climb up into those strong monsters like the Abyss, like the Bane, all that good stuff. So follow that up with the 1 copy of Red Sprinter. This is a specific one where if you see it, it can be quite helpful. It's also searchable off of some of the grave effects of your monsters, so it's pretty relevant. You know, it's a fiend, and that's something that is quite helpful. And when it's normal summoned, you can bring back a Resonator from the graveyard to start your plays, so there is recursion there. It's kind of like a Coach Soldier Wolfbark for Resonators. Not too terrible. Next, we got our cards to make the deck a little bit competitive. We got triple Ash Blossom and triple Skullmeister. The reason why we chose to go with Skullmeister in this hand trap slot is because we can add it off of our Chaos Ruler, which gives extra utility. I was originally testing Nibiru in the slot of Ash Blossom. The problem with Nibiru is that if you control the Nibiru on your field, you're unable to resolve your Crimson Resonator's effect since you have to control only another Dark Dragon Synchro monster to resolve it. So again, if you want to forgo that, another thing I would recommend is maybe cutting the Ashes for Nibiru. Definitely something to consider trying, but right now we're going Ash and Skullmeister. Following up with that, we got triple of the Resonator Call to search out any of your cards to get your combo started. Triple Allure of Darkness for consistency and draw power. So many darks here, no reason not to do it. That's another reason why Skullmeister helps. Following that up, we got 1 copy of Upstart Goblin, increased consistency, 1 Monster Reborn for recursion and extension, 1 Call by the Grave to play through hand traps, and that's it for the spells. Sliding into the trap cards, we got triple of the Synchro Call. This card may seem a little bit bizarre, but it's what enables you for your strongest play, and that's the Hot Red Dragon Archfiend King Calamities. If you see this card in combination with a hand that has like a Crimson Wandering or a Crimson Witch, you can set up your king play, and that is absolutely awesome. It really is one of the win cons of the deck. Again, this is not a competitive deck, but it has some spicy plays. Then we got double copy of Trap Trick to search out the Synchron Call. Now the side and extra, the extra's pretty important, but we're just going to slide through the side real quick so you can see how we tried to adapt this to the current meta. Triple Artifact Lancia, another card that can be added off of your Chaos Ruler. It's very strong against the Virtual World matchup and things like Dinos. Good to add, a great hand trap to add, even when you're going first. Follow that up with the triple Forbidden Droplets to play against things like Dragoon, play against things like Bird or Penguin Link, whatever, Penguin Link, Pigeon Link, whatever you want to call that Spell and Trap removable, double Cosmic, 1 Harpy's Feather Duster. Follow that up with triple of the Solemn Judgment and triple of the Ice Dragon's Prison to put in when you're going first. If you want, you can take out some of your hand traps, take out some of your consistency cards, and bring in some extra hate. Pretty good. Now we're going to go through the extra deck where all of the Red Dragon Archfiend power is hiding. Let's hop into this right here. We got double copies of the Hot Red Dragon Archfiend Abyss. Again, an Omni Negate for any face-up cards your opponent controls. It's great for negating something like Red Eyes Fusion. Also gives you recursion for when it inflicts damage to your opponent. You get to bring back your tuners, and half your deck is tuners, so you're pretty good on that. Hot Red Dragon Archfiend Bane lets you bring back your Abyss. It pretty much lets you bring back any of your guys, to be 100% honest with you. Any card that's treated as Red Dragon Archfiend while it's in the graveyard, or excuse me, that's any Red Dragon Archfiend card in your graveyard, you can bring back off of Bane. Follow that up with the 1 Hot Red Dragon Archfiend King Calamity. This is one of your key win cons, like I said previously. If you see the Synchro Call in your hand with a any combination of Crimson Resonator, Wandering Witch, Witch and Crimson, like things like that, Red Resonator, Witch, like there's a lot of ways to climb your way into a King Calamity's play. Sometimes you can even back it up with a negate like the Hot Red Dragon Archfiend Abyss. Very strong and playable. Follow that up with triple copies of the Red Rising Dragon. This is your main enabler. It brings back your Crimson from grave. It brings back pretty much any of your Resonators from the grave to let you continue to climb. It's also got a really awesome grave effect where you can banish it, except for the turn it was sent there, to target 2 of your level 1 Resonator monsters in your graveyard, special summon them. So you've got targets here, right? We've got our Synchron Resonators, we've got our Chain Resonator. We can just bring those guys back for free. So again, cool that the deck can actually theoretically grind. Follow that up with the 1 copy of the Chaos Ruler. Again, it adds Skullmeister when you're milling, or it adds a follow-up play like a Crimson Resonator, like a Witch, like a Wandering. You've got a lot of targets in here. It's also reoccurable. Again, unfortunately, we only have the 1 light monster to banish off of it, but this card is searchable, so if you really wanted to bring it back or bring this guy back out, it's pretty easy to get to, and again, gives the deck grinding capabilities. Following up from there, we've got 1 Beelze the Diabolic Dragon. Crazy to see this card in 2021, but it's one of our best options as a level 8 Dark Dragon Synchro that we can summon and sit on if need be. It is still a bit of a pain in the butt for certain decks to out, since it can't be destroyed by battle or card effects, and when you are passing on this with an Abyss, you can actually protect the castle a little bit if you want to. For those who are wondering why we can't play Borreload Savage, tell me where you see a Link monster. Trying to get ahead of those comments. Next, we got 2 of the Scarlight Red Dragon Archfiend. This card is always treated as Red Dragon's Archfiend when it's in the field or in the graveyard, and it blows up boards and inflicts burn damage. Great for time. Followed up with a Void Ogre Dragon. If you're able to empty out your hand instead of passing on a Beelze and a Hot Red Dragon Archfiend Abyss and a Bane, you can actually go for Void Ogre and get an additional negate. Follow that up with 1 Samsara Dragon of Rebirth. This is a Dark Dragon level 5 target, which actually can come up since, like I said, we've got a lot of level 1 Resonators here, and sometimes you have to go with a level 1 and a Witch, or a level 1 and a Wandering to get your play started. This is our target that lets you climb through that particular level. And then finally, wrapping things up with the Tyrant Red Dragon Archfiend. This card is not very good, not gonna lie to you. It's kind of in here just for the flex, but it's pretty fun to play. It's cool to see. Seldom will it ever come up, but it does have the capability to blow up every other card on the field if you get to it. So it does have some utility. It's a lot better than Red Nova Dragon. It kills me to say that, but it's true. Significantly better than Red Nova Dragon. Anyway, guys, that's all I got for you for this deck profile of Red Dragon Archfiend Resonators. Again, a bit more of a for fun deck, but please let me know what you think in the comments down below. Give me some advice. Let me know what you think we could do to make the deck stronger, and I hope you enjoyed this video. LoganJYA signing off. Have a great day. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe. See you, chumps.